Most of the things that we do on a daily basis is out of habit. Isn't it so? Just think about it. Right from the time we wake up till we go off to sleep in the night, there are n number of activities that we do, so many actions that we take, so many different type of functions that we do. We take care of our own selves, we do personal grooming, we do professional activities, we do hobbies, we deal with various relationships. And don't you think that we do a lot of those activities in a particular manner every single time, that is out of habit? So, as you rightly guessed, today we are going to talk about habits. They are such an important part of our growth, of our progress, of our success, but the most neglected part of our lives too. We all are creatures of habit. Human beings are creatures of habit. Without habits, our life would be real mess. Without habits, we would be not efficient at all. Our productivity levels would really go down. It's habits which helps us be more productive, be more efficient. It helps us save a lot of time. It lets our brain concentrate on other important activities and just automate the everyday routine activities to habits. They are an extremely crucial part of the equation called life. What are habits? Habits are the actions that we take repeatedly over a period of time and they become second nature. Those actions, those activities, we can term them as habits. The actions that we take over a period of time, repeatedly doing the same type of action every now and then, which becomes second nature to us, that is something which we call as habit. For example, getting up in the morning and walking. Walking is a habit. Do we give it a thought? Just imagine when we were newborn, when we were children, when we were just learning to walk. Was that a habit? No. We were learning to walk at that time. We were all wobbly. We used to fall, get back up, again try walking, take support and walk. Maybe our parents used to hold our hands and tell us to walk, walk, and we used to take 1-2 steps. That's how the toddler's journey starts of walking. It's not a habit at that time. But over a period of months, it becomes a habit. And no longer do we need to think of how we walk. Walking is a habit. Just another example could be driving. The people who drive a cycle or a motorcycle or maybe a car, initially we had to go through the hoops to learn how to drive, the brake, the clutch, the accelerator, balance, all those things. But now that we know it, once you know how to drive, do you really give it a thought every single time? No, it is absolutely automatic. We just go about it. In fact, we have become so much accustomed to driving that we do multiple number of things while driving. We might listen to music, we might be on the call, we might talk to our partners, we might talk to some people on the street and just keep on driving. It has become a habit. So habits are activities, actions that have become second nature to us. Just imagine how important a role they play in our daily life. Just take the case of example of driving. If we had to, every time we sit in the car or on the bike, if we had to think about when to press the clutch, when to press the accelerator, the brake, think of all the variables involved in driving, we would go nuts. Our brain would be overwhelmed with stimuli and it would really crash. That's the role that habits play in our lives. They are one of the most important part of our lives, and if we can make them our friends, they can be our ladder to success. Yes, our habits can be the ladder to whatever we want in life. Just think about it. Suppose you have a goal of making X amount of money, or maybe you want to reach a certain post in your career, or maybe you have some relationship goal, or maybe you have a physical health goal. I'm sure if you try to look around you and find somebody who is already getting the results that you want, I'll bet on this that they are having certain habits which are different than yours and mine. Hence, they're able to achieve those goals, whereas we just can wish for. That is the importance of habit. Let's assume that you have a goal of maybe reaching X number of, or maybe you have a physical health goal wherein you want to go to the gym and increase your muscle mass, increase your strength. Maybe that's your goal. So the goal is the result or the reward that's here. You are here right now, which I will say is the trigger or the cue. So the trigger is that right now you don't have the strength, the muscle mass, the size that you want. And at this place, the reward is that if you go to the gym, then you will get the muscle mass, the strength that you desire. In between these 2 points, there is a set of activities, there are a set of actions that you need to take on a consistent basis to achieve the reward. Now, this set of actions is what I call as the system or the process. Typically, what happens is we get all motivated and inspired by the reward that we are looking at, by the goal that we have, and we start taking actions. That is, as I have said in my previous video on procrastination, if you are a doer, if you have killed the beasts of procrastination from your life by the 3 simple steps that I have taught in the video before, and if you are no longer a procrastinator and you take actions, then there is another obstacle that soon comes your way. There is another obstacle that comes in your way when you're taking actions from here to here. And what is that? That sometimes we lose the motivation, we lose the inspiration, we lose the fuel, we lose the drive to take actions day in, day out. Sometimes we don't see results. That demotivates us and we maybe give up. We say, oh, it's not working. What's the point of taking these small actions? And that's where habits come into the picture. Now just imagine if your goal is to gain X amount of muscle mass, X amount of strength, if this is your goal, and if this is where you are and you want to start it, and if you make it a habit every day without thinking about whether you're gaining muscle mass or not, if you just make it a goal to get up, wear your tracks, wear your gym clothes, wear your shoes, go to the gym and work out every single day consistently over a period of time, if you follow this system, if you follow this process, then is this goal not a given? Won't you be successful over a period of time? There are 2 enemies that stop us from doing this. The first enemy is that we don't see results immediately in any kind of, I'm giving the example of the physical health, but in any kind of worthwhile goal, you will not see the results immediately. It takes time. It takes a lot of effort. It takes consistency. It takes discipline. It takes a lot of small adjustments during this process, during following the system. It takes a lot of tweaking, and that's when you get to the end result. But the end result is assured if you go through the process, if you go through the system. And what is this process? What is this system? Habits. This process and this system is comprised of a single habit or maybe various small habits married together to achieve the outcome. So the first enemy is that we don't see results and think it's not working. The second enemy is, and that I think is much bigger threat, is that we don't enjoy this process. We are so fixated on seeing the results that we get. We are so fixated on the end result. We are so fixated on seeing that we are not getting immediate results for our actions that we forget to enjoy the process, the system of doing things. Now, if you just make it your habit, just like you wake up and maybe, get dressed up and go to your car or bike and start driving without thinking, it's become a habit. You don't need to think. You know, if you sit on the bike, how much of a traffic you get. If you sit in the car, how much of a traffic you get. And once you start driving, you are going to reach the destination. You don't worry whether you're going to reach there or not. You don't worry whether I'm doing good or not, whether I'm good enough or not, whether I'm driving properly or not. No, it's become a habit. You know you can do it. There are various other parameters involved, variables involved, which are beyond your control, but you are doing what you can to your best. The same way, for any goal that you have, the cue or the trigger from this point till the goal that you have, if you can enjoy this process by making habits, by getting into this habit, by developing these habits that are needed to take you to point B, which is your result, then my friend, you will not be worried about the result because you will be so busy enjoying the process. You will be so busy enjoying your habits that the end result will come and go and it will just be like a byproduct for you, but you will be enjoying every single minute of it. And that's the magic of habits. Hence, it is imperative that you form a lot of good habits, at least in certain major areas of your life that impact you greatly over a long period of time. The areas of a life like your maybe relationships, most importantly your health, maybe related to your wealth. At least these three areas of your life, you should consciously sit and decide and look at what your existing habits are and what are the habits that you need to build up. I assure you, if you give this time, sit on it, you will come up with a set of habits that you need to develop, which you're not doing right now. And you will be convinced that you will need to make this process, this system, a habit and enjoy every minute of it to live a fulfilled life. For example, I follow certain habits every day, which is, we all know that drinking water is good for us, right? Drinking X number of glasses. I believe personally 2 to 3 liters of water per day I need to drink. What I do, I keep my jar filled. If I'm traveling, I'll keep my bottle filled. Before going to sleep, I'll keep this filled besides my bed, so that when I wake up, the first thing I will do is drink water. The first thing that I do in the morning, at the moment I wake up, is I drink water. I think it's a very important habit. Maybe you should also try to inculcate it. I don't have to spend time thinking that I have to get up, fill water, get it and then drink, or be distracted by maybe going to the washroom, brushing my teeth, getting pulled into course for my family. No. I make it easy for myself to follow this habit by filling this the previous night and waking up in the morning and drinking it the first thing in the morning. Was it easy to form this habit? No. Initially, I used to put 2 alarms, one in the night, wherein it used to be fill water in the jar, and next day for the morning when I wake up, drink glass of water now, drink jar of water now. It took a lot of effort initially, but now I don't need no alarm. I just drink it. It's become second nature to me. It's become a habit. My life is much more better for it. Just think, over a period of time, this single habit can reap such wonderful results in terms of your health over a period of time. So, my friends, what are the habits that are holding you back? I really want you to ponder on this question and come up with a list of habits that are holding you back. And also come up with a list of habits that you really need to have to achieve the results, to achieve the outcomes that you want. What kind of habits that you need to build. Forget about motivation, forget about inspiration. It's the actions that we need to do every day that matters for outcomes. And if those actions can become automated, if they can become second nature to you, then success is a given, isn't it? So give it a thought and maybe comment on this video. If you have any questions, you can of course connect with me, and I'll be more than happy to answer. Thank you.